What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? What y'all talking? What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about?
If you ain't talking the real, then we ain't gon' talk to ya.
What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? What y'all talking? What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about?
If you ain't talking the real, then we ain't gon' talk to ya.
You want to set this off, Nicole?
What's up? This is WYTAP.
WYTAP.
WYTAP. What you talking about? My name is Nicole, a.k.a. Sunshine.
And I'm, I ain't gonna do it. Yes, I am. Anyway, it's your boy T-Man, a.k.a. T-Mandible, b.k.a. Anthony Hood.
Mr. Hood.
Mr. Hood.
And Mr. Hood, do you want to introduce who we have in the studio today with us?
We got my homeboy here, Marcus Gibson.
Yes, sir.
How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good. Happy to be here with
Yeah,
y'all.
man. I'm glad to have you.
Yes,
Thanks.
welcome. So, why don't you tell the people a little bit about yourself before I get into some questions?
Okay, well, I start off by talking about what I do a little bit. I'm a church musician, play the organ for my church. Involved with some of the youth, a father, a husband, just trying to make a change in the community. I'm trying to start a teen club called Club Kyce.
Okay.
With Club Kyce, that's my musician name, Club Kyce. I'll tell you about that a little bit later.
Okay.
But I'm trying to start a social club for teens to basically give them a outlet. You know, they get kicked out the malls because they're acting up.
Right.
You know, there's really no events for the kids and everything getting shut down. So it leaves the kids basically up to themselves, you know, try to find some fun. So I'm trying to give them something, a fun atmosphere, safe atmosphere that parents can feel safe about. With that, we're going to also offer a lot of different enrichment and enhancement programs during the daytime.
Oh, dope.
Okay.
What I want to do with that is like offer financial advice to the kids, which I feel is real important with kids and their money and stuff like that. People really don't spend the time talking to the kids about bank accounts, stock market, and things of that sort.
Wow. Yeah.
I want to get into things like that. I want to get into like etiquette and moral building because we look at how a lot of kids are in the community, man. Some of them either missing their mother or father. Houses are broken up, and I want to be able to stand in that gap and,
Right.
you know, basically show them things they should be doing, they should not be doing. So, basically what I'm trying to do right now.
Oh, man, that's dope. I didn't even have all that when I was a kid.
Right.
I wish they'd have taught me how to do my credit, because...
But see, in my school, they did. They taught us how to do the finance, how to do your checkbook, how to save. And with my mama, when you get your job, you get a savings account.
Right.
You put half your check in, and the other half you can spend on what you want.
I was hard hat.
Look
Me
at
too.
here. We're teaching our boys.
I like
you know,
to
about
spend.
their
Well, I
credit
used to
and
like
things
to
of that
spend.
nature.
Right.
But it takes a village. So how long have you thought of this, and when did you start putting it into action?
Well, it started, I have 4 kids, and I have 2 teenage daughters now.
Teenage
Yeah,
I know.
I started dealing with the teenage drama from the day they turned 13.
I'm close.
Oh, it starts.
Oh.
Yeah, it does, immediately. But being a parent, you know, I was seeing things that I was trying to implement into my children, myself and my wife. We were trying to implement into our children, and I started to wonder how many other children was getting the advice that I was giving my child, because it's good to talk to your children and tell them things, but when you see them applying it, and the response they get from their friends, like, oh, your dad is cool, your dad said that, and it makes me feel good. I'm like, okay, how can I share that with other kids? And then I start to see the troubles that like teens are getting into. You know, a lot of things that we see with like the police brutality and things of those sorts.
Right.
I get to look at that stuff, and I'm like, man, like, who's talking to these kids? And
Right.
we look at the videos, and a lot of times we want to blame the police, which sometimes is the, like, you know, the over policing. But a lot of times is where the child mind is, or where the kid's mind is. Like, where's the respect for the authority and things of that sort. So I want to teach kids how to be able to be respectful, you know, to themselves and to others. So watching my children grow up and seeing how they're doing in the community and with other people and their teachers and things like that. So I'm like, I want to help put that into the community.
Oh, that's
good.
nice.
That's good.
Yeah, that's real good.
But see, that's good. And are you applying that at your church as well?
Okay, that's good you brought that up. I just got finished talking with my pastor. Shout out to my pastor, Elder Woods, at Open Door Number 5, Church of God of Christ, 1103 Sperry.
Gotta put the plug in. You
put
gotta
them out
put that
Gotta,
plug
'cause
out
we
there.
do that about our church
Dope.
all the
That's
time,
right.
all day, every day. Hallelujah.
Well, I was just talking with him, and he was telling me how he did the same thing with the youth when he was younger. He would gather all the youth, and he would talk to them for 30 minutes and take them to play basketball.
Oh, yeah.
And how a lot of kids from the community started coming through just so they could play basketball, but they had to hear the word. They had to hear something positive before they done it. So me and him was talking about it, and he let me know that I have free reign to do what I need to do with the church and with the youth inside our church. So the next couple of weeks, I'm going to start doing things on Saturdays just to get Club Kyce out there. Start doing things with the youth from ages 13 to 19. We're going to have talks, like open dialogue talks, so that they can tell me some things that, you know, they've been going through. And I'm going to have some help there, too. I'm going to have a couple other volunteers there to just talk with them, just to be some type of role model for them. You know? So we're going to do that like on Saturdays. And then we want to start an after-school program to help some of the kids that may not have nothing to eat after school, you know, might need help with homework, just want to chill. You know, some kids don't got video games. We might have video games there and stuff, just to bring the community together, get the kids out, and bring them to a positive atmosphere.
Oh, yeah, that's
And
nice.
just to let you know, our church does that too.
That's good.
Not the video games, but they have Boys to Men, which is Monday, every other Monday.
It's actually today.
And it's today. Yep, my husband's taking hours.
I got the text.
That's
There
good.
they go. And then they usually have a snack or appetizer, and everything that they talk there stays there unless it's something warranted to talk to the parents about.
That's good.
But see, the open dialogue with our kids, we have 100%.
You have to.
And we tell them, let us know if we're ever being hypocritical. Like my middle son, my oldest is 21, so when I say I know the teenage years, I have gray hairs because of him. I love you, Elijah. But I have gray hairs because of him. Now Jalen is 13 and the teenage years has kicked in.
I'm not there yet.
Oh, bro.
Just wait.
I know it's coming.
But
It's
I have
coming.
all 3 boys. He has 2 girls and 1 boy.
Ooh,
So
Jesus.
Nino is not going to be the problem. It's the girls that you're going to have to worry
I already
about.
see it slowly happening, so
That's
I
good
know.
to know. I got 3 girls, and
Ooh,
they're
bless your
yep,
heart.
Bless him.
14, 13, and 10. And then my son, he's the youngest. But he's the one that's giving me the most trouble.
Oh,
Oh,
see.
he's the baby.
Right,
That's our
right,
8-year-old
right.
Miles. Oh my
Yep.
goodness. He
My son is 8 too.
So, yes.
Yep.
So, yeah. Oh, but it wasn't what? No.
Right.
And you be like, okay, Miles, what you do? Well, what happened? I already knew right what happened was. I'm like, oh. And then my husband goes, that's that light-skinned one. That's you. That's you. I was like, whatever.
My wife and I do the same thing. As soon as the kids do something, we try to blame it on the other family.
Always.
Oh, that looked like your side. But
Always, right,
But
right.
I told him, I was like, did you forget we both have tempers? Did you forget that you was the class clown? I wasn't? Did you forget I'm the bookworm and you're not? And now we have problems? Like,
Right.
It's like, don't call him light skin because he is my light skin. That's my mini-me.
Oh, man.
they say you get it back. They said the stuff that you done.
Oh, yes.
I promise you, it's things that my son done that I know I did in school, and I got in trouble for. He done the same exact thing, and I was like, man, I couldn't even say nothing. I just put my head down.
My kids do the opposite.
Really?
They do the opposite of what I've done.
Negative or positive?
It's positive. It better be positive. I was a class clown, man. I was ribbing on people. I mean, they ribbed on me, and I learned how to rib on them back, and
I know the feeling.
they didn't like it. I'm a joker.
Right.
He is.
But,
He's a full-blown joker.
But that's a good situation because I know I said in another podcast that when I was a kid, I had a Boys and Girl Club in the middle of our projects. And they call it the Small Town Boys and Girl Club, but there's another one in North Tonawanda. It was a bigger one. And sometimes they would shut that one down, and we will all go to the big one and interact with other kids in the neighborhood. And but what you're saying is exactly like the same thing. You're getting all the kids together, making sure they're staying out of trouble.
Right.
Because I stayed out of trouble when like when we went to those places and stuff, and I looked up to like the older people that was running it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like I always say, my man Bob, that was my man. I had another dude named Rob. He was real cool. We had a lot of people we looked up to when we were young kids at the Boys and Girl Club. So I understand where you're going with that, and they taking them away. Because I remember they took the Boys and Girl Clubs away when we was in the projects, and then a lot of the kids had nowhere to go. You know what I mean? And then a lot of them got into other things that they shouldn't have been getting into, dealing drugs or on drugs, and it's something that we need.
Right, absolutely.
For the children, and or not even just the children, even the teens, everybody up to 19, 20, like you said, to 19. That's real. That's real.
Some kids, like I was going, like when I was thinking about the ages, I had to think because there's still some kids that's in high school, that's still 19,
right,
and it's still your mind is still developing, you're still learning, talking about being adults is a serious thing when. We're all getting older, and who's going to be in charge of the world when we're gone?
Right.
Who's going to be taking care of us when we're old? And I try to instill it to my children and every youth that I meet. You've got to do positive things, and it's so difficult to try to install good morals into children when the music that they listen to is telling them the opposite.
We just talked about that the other day.
I'm really big on lyrics. Like anything that my kids listen to, I listen to it with them. That's so important, parents. Who's ever listening, whoever watching is very important to understand the lyrics that your children are listening to, what's being fed into their spirit and into their soul, because those things becomes their actions. They begin to look to those things.
Their ear gates, eye gates.
Absolutely.
Everything. Oh,
and that'll be uploaded tonight.
Yeah.
Check in.
So, here's some questions.
All right.
So, you're going to say what age you will start accepting them in the club, and what age you stop it.
Okay, so it's going to be geared towards children from 13 to 19. Right. The way that we're going to do it is you have to have school ID. Okay. This is once we start the social club. For the talks and things of that sort, come on out. It doesn't matter. On Saturdays, once we get that set, I'll give you guys the time and date. It's still in the works, but once we do that, you come on out. If you want to come out, whatever age you are, from 12 up to 19, come on out. You're not going to be checking IDs if you want to sit down and talk. Right. But as far as the social club, you got to have the school ID. So we want to make sure we keep the kids safe, make sure it's their peers only. You got to make sure we protect them from predators, and make sure that we're protecting them from people who don't mean any good. We want to keep track of who's coming in and who's leaving out as well. And we want to build a rapport with the schools and make sure that these kids are doing what they're supposed to be doing academically, and how can we help. Because it's not just about having the kids come out to have a good time. I want to reinforce the importance of making sure that you're doing what you need to do in school, that you're doing what you need to do at home and in your community. So ages 12 to 19, and we're going to be looking for school ID or court card or something.
That's nice.
So with that, when the club is set up, will you have security? How will you keep it safe for them? Because I know parents, I'm a parent, we want to know these things.
Absolutely. As a parent, I thought about those things. I had to think about all the different avenues. I don't think 100% you can get rid of fighting, because our kids love fighting. But what we can do is try to deter it. So what I want to do as far as security, I want to have people at the door. I want to have someone who's making sure there's no weapons being brought in. And then I want someone checking the ID. We're going to have staff on the floor, walking the floor, just to make sure that there's nothing that's inappropriate going on. If they see any tension, bring that attention to me. And that's one thing that we're going to stress, that nobody gets kicked out, because there's a reason for every action.
Right.
So I would like to talk to who's ever causing a ruckus, and try to figure out some way out of it. We're going to have security on the outside, checking the parking lot, making sure people's not doing anything inside their cars, making sure nobody's lurking around waiting for anybody. Just going around the perimeter, making sure there's nothing going on behind the buildings and things of that sort. And I think most importantly, we're going to have a bathroom monitor. The building that I'm looking at and we're in negotiations talking with have 2 bathrooms that's pretty big, and I would like to have a male and a female staff member. Everybody's gonna have security check, okay, background check to make sure they're straight, and just to make sure there's no bullying or anything terrible going on inside the bathroom.
Yeah, right.
That's good.
So we need that. We need that.
Cameras as well.
Yeah, on the outside, no stuff inside. Yeah, no stuff inside the stall because of privacy and things of that sort.
Yeah, not in the bathroom, but outside.
Right. Yep.
So that way the exits and everything.
That's right.
So they know exactly what's going on.
Exactly.
Yep, absolutely.
Ain't nobody coming in the back door.
Now,
that's right.
Do you have a policy if, like, what is the policy of not being able to be let back in?
Well, what I was planning on doing is giving. It's like 3 strikes you out. So we'll talk to you, give you a warning, try to reach out to the parents, let them know what's going on. You come back and you cause some ruckus again, we'll give you a final warning. We let you back inside. It depends on the situation too. You bring in weapons and things of that sort. You're trying to solicit drugs and distribute drugs and things of that sort. We're going to take that more serious. But altercations that happen, pretty much after that 3rd time, you'll get a cannot return. But we're going to try whatever we can to talk to you and still reinforce you. You'll still be allowed to come to the talks. But as far as being allowed to come to the social gathering, we're going to put that to the stop.
Right, that's good. That is good. Because a lot of these kids nowadays, they have a lot of animosity towards each other.
Yeah.
And that is weird. Like where's all? And a lot of them think it like. And since like the age of social media, like World Star and all this other stuff, they look for something to happen so they can be like, so they can go viral. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna make money now because we're viral. All right, you can be viral for 15 minutes.
Right.
And then where you at now?
Yeah.
They don't understand that, once you get those viral videos, you got to keep putting stuff out for you to stay relevant.
Right.
And how crazy are you going to get until people get bored? You got to keep getting crazier and crazier, and for people to like you, So.
Right. Like the one kid, I don't even know his name. He used to just like steal stuff everywhere he go.
Okay.
The dude with the tattoos all over his face.
I heard about it.
Oh man, that dude, man, I know.
The rap industry.
No. This is a little boy that like he run up in let's say. Yeah, he was getting a tattoo from one dude. The guy was like, "Oh, this joint nice. Let me go look at it real quick." And then he'll run out the building, or if he'll get a haircut from a barber shop, and then the dude like,
so
let me see a mirror. Yeah, he do something, or he like the one day he went into a Apple store and stole like 4 or 5 iPhones.
Okay.
Ran right off on live. He was live on live. I got him. Oh shoot, I dropped one. And then he got in the car and drove off. Stuff like that. The kids see that stuff and think it's funny. So now they're like, oh, he can do it. I can do it. Right. It's like what they see. If they think it's funny that other people are doing it, sometimes kids nowadays want to follow that trend.
Right, absolutely.
It's a trend. They follow that trend, and it sucks because they want to follow the trend, but you don't know where that's going to lead you in the future. You doing all this dumb stuff now. You go for a job interview from somewhere. You're like, oh, I know you. Yeah. You that kid that used to steal from
Wow.
You that kid that always was fighting online. You that kid.
Well, first, let me just say, Apple has every device labeled locked down. So if anybody ever tries to steal their stuff, which they have done, Apple can shut it down from the corporation.
I don't know anything about that because I'm a Galaxy.
He's a Galaxy, but in my house, we're iPhone all the way.
Yeah, my wife's an iPhone.
But here's the thing. They just see what's being recorded, but they don't see the aftermath.
They don't see the aftermath.
Did you see if he got arrested?
Right.
You're going live. So why don't you research that person a day or 2 later, and I bet you'll see a police arrest warrant for that person.
Right.
Like that chick that stole them Michael Kors at the Galleria Mall. And she's like on her arrest.
Why?
And I'm like, do you not know they got cameras, boo-boo?
Yeah, these malls got cameras at every corner.
Look, and they put up, the police was like, have you seen this person? We need to identify. Took them a week. Not even. They found her.
Mm-hmm.
And you are for vandalism, robbery, that's on your record.
Right.
They're not playing anymore. Y'all keep doing some dumb stuff if you want to. Your record won't be able to help you. And they're not sealing records anymore at a certain age.
Wow.
Because they think, oh, I'm a juvie. It's not going to be on my record. It'll be sealed.
Man,
no,
listen.
boo. They're changing that.
Yeah.
That's misinformation. Y'all better really read up on the law. They're changing everything.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
And my thing is, that rapper, the XXL, Lord Jesus, some of these names
I ain't even
people
gonna
be
try to say
coming
his name.
up
I know what you're talking about, bro.
he
Attention.
was murdered in Florida.
Or something.
Yeah.
Had a son, but he's not here to see his son.
Right.
Do we
It's
even know
bad.
what the beef was about? Do we even know? You know
Well,
what I mean?
they got
They
news
caught
of
the
it. It was
four
more like he was
people.
trying to. I guess he was. This is the news that I have. I mean, I don't know if it's the real news, but what I know about that situation is more like, he's not trying to be a part of that stuff anymore. And these guys, they knew where he was at. They knew he had money and all that stuff. He was cool. He was holding a bag full of money. You know what I mean? He had a bag full of money. And I think they ran it with that's the type of stuff that we don't want to see our kids into.
Right.
Yes,
Absolutely.
we don't want them glorifying, the drug game, this and that. No, the drug game will get you either in jail or dead. Point blank period.
Like when I
you're in the morgue or you're in jail.
When we was younger though, like okay, my mother did let us see like New Jack City and all those type of movies when we were younger. But when you see these things, you see the rise.
Yeah.
Like you can see, you can make some money off of it. But then you see the fall.
downfall.
Yep.
So why would you want to put yourself in a situation where you rise and then you fall?
Right.
Yeah.
It's just as easy as you made it. It's up there as easy as you can falling. You're gonna fall. It's the same way.
And remember that old man that would always tell the kids, get away from there, get away from there. And they said, chill out, Grandpa.
That was my man in that movie.
Yes. We need more.
Right.
So what you're doing is good. Like what our church is doing to keep the kids off the street, to keep them active and away from the drug dealers and stuff. Don't you know, one of the boys told me, Miss Nicole, on my block, they stole my bike. They stole my sneakers I got for Christmas. They robbed me of my watch.
Man.
And he's only 12 when this happened. He said, Miss Nicole, if it's a certain time, I don't want to go back home because I know they out there.
Man.
Like, these kids need safety. Getting just to the bus stop in the morning.
Yeah.
You come out your house and it's bad. It's like, what happened?
Right.
Where did everything go wrong? We used to be unified.
Right.
I grew up with a village.
Right.
These kids don't have a village.
They don't. They all put like self. Like they see it.
That's
like
what it's about.
it's just self.
Yeah. Everybody's being selfish now.
Yes.
What I can
Even
get,
the parents
look
are
at
being
me.
selfish.
Yeah.
One of the worst things I heard as a parent get upset because their child was doing better than what they were doing when they were younger. How can you get jealousy of a child? You should want your child to be greater than
You
want
everything.
them to always excel over you.
Yeah.
I tell my kids that all the time.
I sure did. I said, Mommy and Daddy got a bachelor's. I got my associates. I'm going back for my bachelor's. But don't stop with us. You keep going.
That's right.
We're building a platform. My mother built it for me. We're building it for you.
Right.
Let's go. Like WYTAP. I wanted to go further down the line.
Right.
My 6th grade teacher, I love Mr. Man. He made sure we started learning about stock.
Yeah. That's what I'm
6th
teaching my
grade.
kids now. Yeah.
Stock. Let's look at the market.
That's right.
Okay. He even said, let's act like we're investing. Let's look at the stock market for the week and see what's going up and what's going down. And tell me why you would invest in that and why you would invest in this.
That's right. It's important.
Yes.
I teach my kids also about like owning your business.
Yes.
You know, being an employer versus employee.
Right.
The importance of being paid what you're worth and working for somebody, you'll never get paid what you're worth. But if you can have your own business, you'll always get the best out of it.
Exactly.
So my children, my oldest daughter, she started doing candy sales. and she did it on her own. She went to the Dollar Tree, and the markup was crazy. You know, I had to tell her about, like, you know, don't jip people, you get it for $1. But she was in there selling like packs of Mambas for like 50 cents a piece, making $3 off the pack. So
I know that's right. Kudos to you, because in junior high school, I would go to BJ's, get the blow pop box, and I would sell them 25 cents a blow pop, and I come home with $30 or 25. I don't know. I forgot how many was in it. But look, and then I be playing CeeLo. This was BC before Christ. Okay, I be playing CeeLo, and the men used to be mad. This was in high school, y'all. George could tell you. We be playing spades and everything. Run that. Give me that.
Give me that.
CeeLo. Wow. This is when you have boy cousins to do the game. Look. So, but I had an outlet.
Right.
I had a village.
Right.
Mother Hiller was the pivotal of our family. Mother Hiller, God rest her soul. She died when she was 102.
Ooh,
she was the pastor of First Calvary in Huntington. After church on Sunday, all of us would go after school to the church or to her house down in the basement. We had set up a boxing and everything. After church Sunday, the family would have Sunday dinner at the house.
And that's togetherness right there.
Exactly. When's the last time everybody had a family dinner?
Yeah, that's important.
Yes. You gotta know your heritage. You gotta know your bloodline. You gotta stay connected. Because one, you don't want your kids dating somebody they're related to.
Right.
Okay, let's be real.
Right.
That almost happened to me when I was younger, huh? I'm glad she told me quick. My mama name is, and my grandma. Yo, grandma is my grandma's sister. Ugh.
See? Okay.
But it ain't nothing happened. It was just more I have to let everybody know that ain't nothing happened. She just said, you know, she brought her dad up, and I was like, that sounds like my cousin. And then she brought up her grandmother. And I was like, that's auntie.
Oh my God.
See?
So that works. Everybody need to know everybody. That's some scary stuff.
Growing up, we used to have cookouts. Growing up, family would be playing horseshoes in the back.
Right.
Spade game over here. Remember the homemade ice cream machine where you gotta turn it and turn it, and everybody taking turns, and then once tasted it was like, nah, put a little bit more salt in, put a little more ice in, and you still turning and grinding, but that's the best ice cream machine out there.
She just told her age.
Yeah, because I'm like, we used to get some Paris.
I ain't heard that. Yeah,
I heard about it.
Yeah, I ain't see it.
I'm 42 and still look good. Yes.
Get it.
I ain't about to do all that.
We just agree, like, okay.
They don't have cookouts like that
They don't.
anymore.
Yeah.
I try to do that myself.
When we go back to my mother's house for Thanksgiving, just last year for Thanksgiving, we had the family over and the kids, and I sat there and I brought to everybody's attention. I was like, how many generations is in this room right now? And then everybody sat there and was like, wow. I was like, do you see how beautiful it is? My granddaughter's playing with my baby cousin, who is my third generation cousin, and who is her fourth generation. And we're all going down the line. And everybody was like, wow. They was like, thank you for keep doing this, Nikki.
Right. Right.
Like,
we need that.
Like, we need that family, that one member to pass it on. Like, let's create memories for our children. Right. This is how you grow up. You don't grow up thinking you're nothing. You don't grow up thinking anybody can talk to you or do you wrong. Mm-hmm. No, let's learn value. And if they're not taught it, let somebody else teach them.
That's right.
And if these kids are willing to listen, that's right. Sign us up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I want to focus too, like, a lot of times we look at the kids who are involved in programs, like the good kids, you know, the ones that got their stuff together. I want to reach the ones that nobody wants.
Ooh, yeah.
You know, the ones on the outside. The troublemaker that nobody wants to talk to because there's a reason for their actions. Sometimes you can get to them, sometimes you can reach them.
Right.
And I don't want to forget about those ones. Yeah, you start in trouble. Yeah, you got a record.
But what's going on?
Right, what's going on? How can I help you? How can I be there for you? And just sometimes letting somebody talk and tell what they've been through. You know, because every household ain't beautiful.
No, it's not.
You know, every situation isn't beautiful.
I know that firsthand.
And some of these kids, man, they be going through things, man. They be having sometimes adult lives at young ages because they don't have anybody there to talk to. They don't have an uncle or aunt, or the uncle or aunt is abusing them.
Right.
You never know what's going on in their household, inside their mind. If they have to go hungry, they don't probably have any food, so they gotta go out and rob somebody so they can eat. Right. Because they're starving. They gotta go and sell drugs because they got holes in their shoes.
They have to, yeah.
Sisters and brothers don't have anything.
And that's the bad thing about it. And like they say, the streets ain't they're not forgiving.
Nope, it's not.
It's not forgiving. And I mean, but sometimes, like you said, sometimes they have to go that route.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's not a situation you don't want to wish that on any kid.
Right. Not at all.
You know what I mean? I've seen families where there were the father was a drug dealer, showed your son how to be a drug dealer, and then the son is like doing the drug dealing in front of his son. Now the son is learning, the baby's learning everything that the father know and the grandfather know. And it's like it's not cute. It's not.
Who's gonna break it?
Right. And that's all I want to do as well, man. With the help of a lot of other community leaders, like you said, your church is doing things. I know other churches that's doing things as well. Other like organizations that's doing things, not just churches. But we need more. We need more of it because kids are dying, man. Kids are like they're losing morals.
Left and right.
It's like it's not like any good role models, you know, to help pull these kids out in some areas, and it's just needed, man. It's just needed. It's important.
Well, we definitely want to keep up with everything with you and what's going on, because you also said something about courting. You didn't say courting. I'm saying courting. Courting is teaching the young man how to conduct himself on a date. Right. Courting is for a young woman to know what a guy should do on the first date.
That's right.
How do you speak to a young lady? How do a female respond back to a young man? Stop calling them hoes and everything else. No, women are not that. We are females. We are women. We are not someone to be disrespected. But like we said just Friday, the rap, everything they hear
Some
it.
Girls like being called
exactly. They're like, I'm his side chick. Yeah, I'm his this.
What?
This, and I'm like,
like that song when the girl glorifying being a side chick.
Yeah.
You can have them all week, but I just want them for the weekend. What?
I was like, I don't share.
That is scary, and it glorifies the whole song.
They don't talk about sexual transmitted diseases that you can't get rid of.
No.
They don't talk about what else goes on with that. They don't talk about the soul ties. Okay,
that's important.
You giving your cookies up for him, and he's not even loving you.
Right.
Your body is your temple.
Right.
Watch who you allow entering, and watch who you allow to even touch or be in your surroundings. Because them soul ties is some hard ties to get rid of. And then you don't want your name ran around because you already know. Oh yeah, I hit that last night. Like, we being real.
For real.
You know, you got ones that'll keep it quiet, but then you got those ones that like to run their mouth and be like, yo, dog, you owe me $5. I hit that last night.
They're posting pictures now.
They post pictures
or video.
Or video.
And I was like, oh my goodness.
That's horrible.
There was one girl in my son's school that parents had to change schools because she really thought the boy liked her. He videotaped her, did not tell her he was videotaping them. She lost her virginity to him, and later on that night, she got so many texts and on social media. Her parents had to file a police report. Her parents, it was just disgusting. And I told my son, that's not the type of man we raising here.
No.
I was like, yo, a man of God, you are a junior deacon. If you see something wrong, and if you feel there's more outing on you, like more than one person for you to address it to, then you go get somebody that has the authorization, that has the superiority to break that down. I said, because we don't stand by and allow foolishness to go on.
Right.
I was like, because that right there, that ruined that poor girl's reputation. She didn't make it into high school yet. Her parents filed a police report, and then moved her to a private school, and now have to pay extra money just because she thought he liked her. And I said, this is why you save yourself into marriage, boo.
Right.
And trust, mommy will be watching who comes in and out. Mommy is look.
She's doing the whole motion.
Look, Elijah, man, if Elijah was here, he'd be like, yeah, mom be like, nope, don't like her. Nope, don't like him. Nope, that's not your friend. Look, I be praying them out right there. I'm like, you are not coming in my house.
Us as men, though, we have to stand up and teach our daughters.
I know.
Us as men, we have to teach our sons.
That's right.
And then the mothers too. They have to show their daughters how to,
carry themselves.
and then show the sons.
That's
Right. It's a parenting thing on both ends. You know what I mean?
And it's not just parenting; it's grandma, auntie,
everybody,
uncle.
right?
Because let me tell you, my uncle Stan, on my husband's side, his uncle. At basketball camp down in North Carolina, like he made sure they stayed out of the streets.
Right, you
and
got
to
to.
this day, he tells Shamark, he was like, "Look, nephew, you better never mess up on her. She's the best one for you. I'll hurt you." He said, "If I was your age, I'll give you a run for your money."
Oh my
He
God.
Okay, I love my Uncle Stan, and anytime my husband act up, he call my guy. I call his Uncle Stan. I'm like, Uncle Stan, talk to your nephew. And then I act up, he called my godfather. Godfather, talk to your daughter. I'm like, you know what? You need to stop snitching.
And this thing is another thing too. Like, what you're doing is actually helping the kids get out of the house.
Yeah.
And actually interact with other people and make friends instead of making friends online. Making friends playing video games. Because I notice my kids do it all the time, like Roblox, Minecraft, Fortnite.
Oh, who made
YouTube,
Fortnite? Oh.
Everything. And
No, I hate Fortnite.
it's a good way.
And I don't like to use that word hate. I hate.
Well, it's not like
Fortnite.
you're hating people. You hate
And
the game.
Minecraft.
Right.
Whoever made those two, I swear. Oh.
Genius.
I ain't gonna lie. I like Minecraft. I actually got it on the computer that we recording on right now. But anyway,
Oh no.
I just like building stuff. That's it. I don't want to do all this other stuff. I just want to build stuff. I don't want to interact with nobody in there. I just want to build a whole city full of houses and then let people in.
Every parent complains about Fortnite.
Fortnite is nuts.
But you're right. We don't want them on computer.
But you don't want them on there all the time.
All
Like
day,
you think in there. Like last summer, I had to literally kick my kids out the house because they were playing video games all day.
Oh no.
Like all day. And I'm like, let's go to the park. Let's go. When we get out, we go to the park. We go to like Delaware Park, or we go to the waterfront, run around a little bit, tire them out. Then we come home, and then we, as a family, we eat, and probably like watch a little TV or something. Both my daughters like to read books, so sometimes they're like, oh, I don't want to watch TV. I want to finish my book, and they go in the room and read the book. Okay, go ahead.
That's good.
Oh yeah.
I ain't gonna fake. I like playing video games too, so we all play together, but it has to be a limit to it.
It has to.
You
You
have
can't
to
be
get
all
up.
night.
See, what I like to do with the family, I like the family to interact. So we play games that everybody can play. There's a game called Rumble, and you can put like 8 players on there at once. So we all be laughing and playing together. But sometimes it gets to the point, it's fun.
Is that one of those like those different colored characters and they fighting each other?
No, they just running.
They running?
Yeah, running through obstacles.
Okay.
So much fun.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah.
Which game system?
Xbox One. It's probably on PlayStation as well.
I think it's on PlayStation too. Yeah.
Xbox is the best.
Oh man, I'm a PS4 person.
Oh, my husband's PS4
And a Galaxy.
We got
I'm outnumbered.
I'm a PS4 and a Galaxy.
PS3, PS4.
No iPhone.
We have the Wii. We have the Wii U. We have.
Yeah, we got that too. The Wii U.
The Switch. When I say.
Yeah, your son and my son be
my
on the
goodness,
Switch
they
all the
be
time
on.
together.
I know. And
He like Miles is on. Let's see his eat. Let's I'm like, oh my god.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
But summertime, when it's nice out,
That's
yep,
right.
outside, give me your phone.
Yep, that's
Let's
right.
go.
Let's
We
go
go
outside.
walk the dog around the whole neighborhood, go bike riding, we go to the park, we go, to the pool. Oh yeah, you want to meet your friends up there? Tell them, we'll be at JCC, let's go. Show up
right.
and we'll spend all day. And I packed lunch. So the cooler's already packed. I got my book. I watch them from, if I'm not in the water with them, I'm on the bench reading my book. And they're like, are we ready to go? I was like, they're closing down. Yeah, let's go. You know?
We do. We live out in West Seneca. We go to the pool out there.
Okay.
Spend a couple hours out there.
Yeah. And the water wears them out. That's a win-win.
So for your program, have you like found like grants and things like that? Because you know there's grants out there for things. If it's something like that that's gearing to something that's going to be good in the community, sometimes they have grants for those things.
Right. I've been talking to a few people who's connected, trying to sort things out as far as the getting the 501c to make sure that the program can receive government grants and that sort. So we're talking about that, working along with my church. We can do get grants through that. So that's what we're basically doing now. I just had a fundraiser that just ended. It was a Delta Sonic gift cards that we were giving out, $5 donation, just to put money towards getting things that we need. Trying to secure some the property that we are looking at. So
Nice.
That's good.
all of our information, if you did want to send a donation, you can go to www.clubkyce, that's CLUBKYCE.com. And we have a donation button on there if you want to get the donation. I don't care if it's a penny, anything helps, but we want to try to have everything up and running by this summer. Once the kids get out, to give them something to do.
And what I'll do is I can put the link on the website, on our website. We put the link there, right there. They can click it and go right to it from there. And what else I'll do, I'll put it on our Facebook. I'll put it on our Twitter.
I appreciate it.
Then I'll put it in our blog. So and on our YouTube. So everything that we post up for you, it'll definitely be in there. So people can click right on it. Okay, let's donate, man. I like that. Blah, blah, blah.
Appreciate it.
No, I mean, definitely do that, man.
Appreciate it.
Because this sounds like something that we actually need, because we don't have enough of it.
Right.
We don't.
They have like scattered boys and girl clubs, like one here, then you gotta go in a whole nother like town somewhere else to go to another one, or the one that they have is not like funded right, or and then you got like, it's like not a good place for your kids to be.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's important, making sure they're safe.
That's the one thing you need.
For all the churches that are doing something for the teens, get together once or twice out of the year, take a huge picture and just keep every year labeling what year it is and see how fast and big it grows.
That'd be dope.
You know what I mean? Like that, I could see that happen.
Right.
That's taking unity to like another level.
That's a whole nother level.
Yes.
And it's so difficult for people to, like, you got your idea and then somebody else got their idea, and it's not enough compromise for the right cause. We have to get into the mind of the greater good. I don't mean to use cliches, but we have to set our minds to the greater good to make sure that we're impacting the community as well as the children. Because if we can start impacting some of these children, a lot of times they'll take it home, and that'll help impact some of the parents. Hopefully they want to come and see what's going on, and we can impart to some of these kids, these children, these adults. Because to be honest, some of the parents are little kids.
Right.
They out here,
Kids
having kids, and they don't know. For me, I had to learn a lot of stuff once I became an adult. I thank God for the job that my mom did, raising us. But some things as a man, I had to learn when I became a man. Things to have to do to provide for my family, Mom taught me. But making sure I do the moral things correctly with my family, and making sure that, I provide everything that I need to provide for my family, not just financially, but, physically and mentally and emotionally. I had to learn those things and how to do that stuff for myself. I had to learn. So, you got kids out here that don't know that. It's about going to work a job, but you're not spending time with your kids.
Right.
You got a dude that you want to bring to the house, but you don't have enough knowledge to know, like, okay, I got to learn who this person is before I bring him into my environment. Vice versa, too. A guy who just want a female figure in the house, he goes and grab the first girl and bring her back to the house around your kids, and it's not the right person. You know,
Right.
so
Yeah, we
it's
talked
a lot.
about that too.
Yeah,
What
we
to bring
definitely
home
did.
and what not to bring.
that's good.
That's
Yeah.
true. These are
And
like
with
topics we
God
like to
leading
touch.
the way, it's gonna happen. With God leading the way, and like you said, we take us out and make sure God is all in it.
That's it.
Like, yes, you may have one idea, another person have another. Okay, that's good. You know what? Let's put it together. You go work on this side with them, and I'll work on this side with them, and then we'll switch up. They'll be with me for 30 minutes, and then they'll go to you for 30 minutes. So whoever was with you, come over with me.
Yeah.
Whoever was with me, go over there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
It's like too many egos. Okay,
Way
take
too
your
many.
egos out. Oh, trust me, I know. Oh my goodness, you be wanting to. I'm like, Lord, just give me that pass one day. Just shake them and tell them
I don't think
it's
it's nothing
not
wrong with
about you. It's not about you. It's about him. You know, I was
Right.
like, if my husband said, babe, I said, if God gave me a pass, which I know he'll never do, but if he ever gave me a pass, I'd be like, snap out of it. It's not about you. Put your ego
jeez.
down and let's do this for the kingdom.
Right.
But
Right.
everybody wants to be all in the light.
And they want,
You don't
they
have
want to be
in
that
the
front guy.
limelight. Why don't you be in the back? As long as it's, did it just help that child? Okay then. Did that child just receive what you taught them? Okay then. So why are you worried about if you're being seen by other people? God sees you.
The thing is, we're all brothers and sisters in this whole situation.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter, who's in front or who's in the back or whatever.
Exactly.
We all working together to make this
For the greater good.
for the greater good
It's like
and make sure these kids grow up the right way.
That's right.
Yes.
You know?
Because if the kids are seeing adults fighting, why do they even want to be around them?
And then think about it. Like let's say you have these kids from 12 to 19. They're going to want to help out once they're 19. Oh, I can't be a part of it no more. Well, can I help out and get some other kid that might
right.
need my guidance? Because maybe that kid been through something that you can't show the other kid. Like,
That's right.
you know what I mean? Now that kid been through the same thing this other kid. And he can show him how he went through it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe you couldn't show him, but this kid been through it. Show him.
That's
Yeah.
another thing too that's real big, man. I don't like for people to always think they have the answer for something. If you don't know,
Yeah.
just say that you don't know and
Right.
find out, or send somebody to get the answer from someone who knows.
Right.
You know,
Can't give them
you
bad
misinform.
information.
Yeah, you misinform people because you simply don't know, and your ego is too big to just say I don't know.
Right.
I'm like, Miss Nicole don't know, but I'll check and I'll have that answer for you.
Right.
Tell
That's
them,
true.
I'm like, look, Miss
It's
Nicole,
true. If
for
I
real
don't
with
know,
you.
I can't
don't
give it
know,
to you.
But I'm going to find out the next time I see you. I'll have that answer for you, okay? And I sure do.
Right.
I don't
Right.
be dodging them. No, I got that answer.
Yeah, bad information spreads so fast, man. It's like people grasp hold to it quicker than the truth. You know, they'll take something that's bad and negative and spread it around
Yeah.
faster than they'll spread the positive stuff around. So
That's it.
you gotta keep putting the positive in, keep pushing it out into the atmosphere so people can grasp hold to it.
Positive over negative.
Always. And it's always good that come out of that.
Yes. And we're also planting that seed. So now let's water it.
Right. Right. You gotta water that seed.
So what they didn't know before, now they know because they've been presented that.
Right.
Once you are taught that and shown that, you can't say you didn't know.
It starts at the roots.
Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Build the foundation.
Definitely.
Anything else you want to tell everybody?
Yeah.
I think that's
All right.
pretty much it.
Well, you heard it here first. Club KYCE
Right.
coming soon to Buffalo.
Definitely.
Right.
I can't
And-
wait. And I'm going to donate.
Yep.
Y'all got to go out and do
YTAP
the
is
same
gonna
thing.
donate
You
when
guys
the
have to.
website goes up.
Right.
T-Hoo is gonna put all the information on
I'm
the video.
I'm definitely putting it all up there for you guys, so y'all guys can go there, donate, and make sure this thing happens.
Like and share. Like and share.
Like
When
and
the video
share.
comes up on your page, watch
You
it.
guys ain't
like
even-
and share.
You guys
Like
ain't even
and
got to
share.
be here. You guys ain't even got to be from Buffalo.
Yep.
You could be in California and y'all see this right now. Just donate for the positive that's coming out of helping raise these kids.
And look at it this way: it's a tax write-off as well.
Right.
I plug it in.
Right.
I plug it in.
But
Tax
still.
write-off. You save the receipt. Yes. It's going to a great cause.
Only. Not put it in my pocket, so don't think that.
No.
Directly,
This is
directly to Club Kyce.
This is going definitely
directly to it.
I can't wait to see this.
I can't wait either.
I appreciate y'all so much.
You know what?
I appreciate y'all.
When they open, when you have the grand opening,
We should do a
maybe
show.
we do be set up there.
Absolutely.
That'd be dope.
Ooh,
Absolutely.
see,
That'd be
and we
that'd
can
be
be live.
That'd be definitely show setup. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Why y'all said
The
you can
update.
show some kids how to do the setup. And
You already know it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the tech. Yeah. I'll teach him the business side, okay?
All right.
And how to
Right.
advertise, because he could be like, yo, she'll be up in the middle of the. I was
Right.
like, after reading my scriptures and stuff, I'm like, boom, boom, boom. Oh, he said it'll be up at 12. Okay, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. He can wake up
Know
at
your
7,
lane.
but like it's already tagged.
Yeah, she keep me in line with a lot of things. Me, I'm a procrastinator. She'd call me in a minute. Bloop, 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 bloop. Hey, did you put that up yet? You know what? I didn't even work on it. I'm gonna do it right now. And then I hang up, and then I probably forget all about it. About like 2-3 hours later, did you get to it yet? You know what? I'm about to do it right now. You know what? Matter of fact, while I'm on the phone with you, I'm about to get up and do it right now.
Everybody need that push.
You need that push, because sometimes I'm a procrastinator. I'm like, I'll do it later. I put it off, and then when later come, I don't do it.
Ooh, and I'll be like, he'll tell you, yep, he said it.
Man, if you see the text messages she sent,
Wow.
did you do it? Okay, I'm gonna do it right now.
Look, because the simple fact is,
You need
I'm
that
trying
push,
to
though.
make this our 9 to 5 or our own schedule where we don't have to get up at 8 to make it to work. This is going to be our job.
I love working. I love working for people.
Look,
I like working with people.
Yeah, that's it.
Right, exactly.
The funny thing is, I work for People Incorporated too, so I
Oh.
work for people.
Well, I would like to make our own paycheck.
Me too.
Right.
Make it better.
Right.
You know, just pay Uncle Sam and the rest to stay with us.
Right.
I would like us to say, oh, we're going to take a vacation and don't have to worry about, do I have enough vacation time? Do I have
Right.
this? Oh, simple fact is, my husband can stay working because he has the benefits. We're good with that. My husband loves his job. So
That's
I'm
good when you
happy.
love your
You gotta have workers.
Yes.
Everybody can't be an owner. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Right,
Workers.
No, but he,
Right.
he loves what he does.
Right.
And I love doing this. I love meeting with people. I love telling the community what's out there, helping others get on their feet, and showing the support. That's where we lack right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say it, as an African American community, we lack that unity,
Right.
that support.
Right.
Not trying to, oh, can I get a discount? Come on, no.
Right.
Would you ask Tommy Hilfiger for a discount? Would you ask Polo for a discount? Why would you
I get
ask
that.
us?
I get that from people who want studio time, and I'm like,
Yeah, for real.
and I laugh,
Yeah.
and I'm already giving them a good deal.
Oh, you
And then
do.
they were like, well, this is all I got. And I'm like, well,
No, and that's
well,
not.
you're not going to get everything until I get all I need for
Right.
the session.
And he's reasonable. And I'm like,
Very
don't
reasonable.
Sell yourself.
Everybody
And
tell
so
me that.
He's oh, I know.
Yeah.
And we do. Like, our time right now is being away from the children, but we're doing something better to promote it.
Right.
We're doing something for our families. We're doing something for the children that are growing up.
Right.
We want to have a studio, a bigger studio.
Right.
God's gonna grant that. And so then we can get some interns. Let's teach you.
Right.
If you don't have somebody showing you, how you gonna learn?
Right.
Take time out. Like, bad enough, sometimes these kids don't have that at home where the parents are like, oh, go watch TV. Or go here, go order this.
And I don't mind showing people either. I don't. Like, I even tell them what to get. Like I have a studio set up here. They want to record with me. I did this with one person, a couple people. Like, they was like, well, I know I don't really have the money to keep coming to record with you. What are the stuff that I need to record? I'm not going to say, well, I ain't going to tell you because, that's my money. No. If you want to learn how to do it yourself, do it. Here, I will send you a link to some places where you want to buy it. Go ahead and buy it. Do what you want to do. Learn. That's the type of person I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Me too.
Like,
I mean, you
Mr.
want
Cole,
to
I want to cook. I teach him how to cook.
Yeah.
I was like, but you got to raise your hand because everything I teach you stays in this kitchen.
You gotta.
We don't give Mr. Cole secrets out. But I will teach you. Because
Right.
if you're on your own, these kids need someone to teach them how to cook.
For real.
Why keep eating fast food when you can save money, go grocery shopping,
Absolutely.
especially college students?
Yeah.
Oh, them
Yes.
poor babies. I told my son, if you stay on dorm, I know you're coming home for food, but if you stay on dorm, I'm going to cook for your dorm room. So, because I need to make
Ambitious.
sure y'all are, because you take care of them, they'll take care of your baby. Because you don't take care of my baby, I'm cutting you off on food.
Oh shoot.
And I'm taking care of my child.
Right.
I'll take care of the babies, but you got to also take care of mine.
Right.
Like, I got y'all. Y'all don't got to worry about it. If mom and daddy don't save you nothing, Mr. Cole going to have some food for you.
Right. Hey.
No, okay.
That's another thing that we're gonna offer. Like, I do music production too. So we're gonna do like classes with teaching children and the teens how to produce music, and also DJ training, because give them different ways to make money.
Right.
Good.
Teach them a way to make
Gotcha.
money and things
See, I
like
got
that.
my speakers everywhere. DJing. Yeah, that's a
Teach them.
That's
Teach
dope.
them. Okay, what's your
little
art?
classes here and
What's
there,
your
right?
craft? What you could do? Some could be drawers. Okay,
Yep.
let's get an artist here to help you bring it out.
Because there will be people that love to volunteer to do stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that's what we're doing.
You know what I
We're looking
mean?
for volunteers for that portion of it, and
Let me know when you need help with a cooking class. I'm like, okay, we're going to teach you
About
101
to come in with
how to
that
make
hot
spaghetti.
plate. Bang, let's go.
Like, let's go.
right, that stuff is important. Life
It is.
skills and
Yes,
ways
it
to
is.
be able to
To
survive.
survive, learn how to make spaghetti. Even if it's spaghetti, you know how to make it. You
Right.
can make that bad boy sweet.
Yeah, even though, like me, even though I got a job, I work 9 to 5. Well, 7 to 3, same thing. But I DJ on the side. Like I got a wedding coming up in June. I DJ on the side. I do my music production. I sell beats online. I'm doing this YTAP. I'm trying to keep myself busy with stuff that I know that's gonna help me out in the future.
Yeah.
Not only just your job, like the regular place you work, you still have other forms of income coming.
That's right.
A lot of these kids don't know that. You know what I mean?
Gotta have streams
Hustle.
of revenue.
And this is stuff I
Gotcha.
like to do
Proper
right
hustle.
here. You know what I mean? I love doing all this. I cut hair too.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I do everything.
Everything.
It's
Yeah, I
a
got
hustle,
the-
but it's the right hustle.
This is my studio. Man, this is my barbershop. This is our
I come
podcast.
here early to help clean up.
Hustle
I
strong.
I try to do everything.
Many
So
hats.
you got to.
But
And
it's
I
also
weld.
showing out
Oh,
children.
wow.
I do everything. I went to school for that. And that's the thing you need to do. Just show the kids that, okay, even if the kid don't want to go to college, hey, go to a vocational school. Learn a trade.
Yep, learn something.
Learn something that's going to get you a job in the future, or learn how to do business and where you can put your money into it and have your own business and make money for yourself.
People pay you for almost anything, man. So
Right.
many jobs out here. Just learning something and teaching somebody else's jobs for that.
Right. So it's
Even the trade
there's
school.
ways. There's always ways for these kids to learn how to make money and survive
Yeah,
without doing illegal things.
Yeah.
exactly.
Got a little side business that I do about GPS, where I assemble stuff that comes in a box for people. So you
Oh,
go and
shoot.
buy it, and I'll put it together for you. I'll come to you and do it. I do fire sticks, wink, wink, and I
Yep,
do
yeah, me too, but-
Xbox.
Don't be great. I don't do the Xbox though. You on your own with that.
Yeah,
That's dope.
yeah. So I do that as well.
He said, wait, you do that in there too.
Yeah.
Wink, you want?
I don't know nothing
Yeah,
about
you
that.
want movies? Wink, wink.
I ain't
Look,
saying
I
On
nothing
your
don't
about
fire,
know
movies.
nothing
on your
about
fire
that.
stick. Well, that's me then. I'm sorry if you want movies on fire stick.
I'm winking.
Okay, remember.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Me either. What is a fire stick?
What is that?
Right.
I got a fire TV. Yeah.
I was hoping you said you do construction. I'm like, hey, let's talk.
Simple construction.
Yeah, little small things I can do.
Yeah.
I know people that does construction.
Right, me
you know.
too. Gotta have connects too.
You gotta
Yes.
have connects.
Gotta have
I got
Connects
plumbers,
are-
Yep.
everything
I got-
on dial right now.
Yep.
Okay. Well, it was a pleasure having
Definitely
you here.
pleasure having
And
you,
definitely
man.
keep us posted
I
on
definitely
everything
will.
because we want to be there for the opening.
You will.
Definitely.
And we will
Definitely.
be live for the opening.
Yes.
Right. Speak it
Yes.
into existence.
Love.
Definitely
Yes,
speak
It
we
will
are.
be there live.
Love.
T-shirts and
Live.
everything.
Right.
Live.
Right. Have some t-shirts made up and all that.
And by then, we should have our studio.
That'd be dope.
Yes.
Can't wait.
Speak it life.
Well, all right.
This is YTAP
WYTAP
coming at you.
coming at you. Marcus
Don't forget.
Gibson.
Like and share, like and share.
Like and
Subscribe
share, man.
to our
Definitely.
website. Subscribe to our YouTube. We're keeping you up to date with everything. Every Friday at 6 o'clock. Live every Friday at 6 o'clock.
Definitely. Well, all right, guys.
All right. www.wytappodcast.com. Subscribe. And we still looking for that 10th registered person. If you register and you're the 10th person on the website, you get a gift card.
You get a gift card to Target.
Target.
Oh, wait, no, not Target. Target.
Target.
The bougie way. I'm sorry.
Oh, Target? No. It's Target. Target.
The T
Where'd
is
you get-
silent.
Oh,
Target.
I don't know nothing about
My
that.
wife said. My wife said.
But people love Target.
Yeah.
What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? What y'all talking? What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about?
If you ain't talking the real, then we ain't gon' talk to ya.
What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? What y'all talking? What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about?
If you ain't talking the real, then we ain't gon' talk to ya.